Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing great. In the previous video, we learned about different control flow statements. If you haven't watched that video, I'll put the link in the description. Please watch that out. In this video, we'll try to understand exception handling and also a major statement in Python, which is also part of control flow. We'll learn about these two things here in this video. So first of all, let's create a new file and let's name it exception handling. Okay, and first of all, let's try to understand what is exception handling. So let's first define what is exception. It's something which disturbs the regular flow of program. And any program which just disturbs the regular flow of program is called exception, right? Yeah, there are various exceptions like division by zero, or we have file not found, or IO errors, and so many others, right? So now let's try to understand how we can handle exceptions in our program, right? Let's say, for example, you are performing some operation, and in your program you have a value for x is equal to, let's say, 10, and a value for y is, let's say, is equal to 0. And somewhere you're trying to perform division, which is equal to x over y. Now, if you perform this operation without using without exception handling, it would generate error and your program would crash in such cases. So let's run it. Here you can see it has generated division by zero error, right? This would crash your program. Now instead we can handle this using try catch block, right? Let's try this one. We're saying to the compiler that try this. If it generates an error such as like this, then print the error, that there is an error. And this would not generate any error, to just handle your error and just show error in your program without crashing your program. So here you can see it just printed or displayed division by zero instead of generating an error. So that's how we can use try and except to handle exceptions in your program. Now let's move forward and try another example here. Let's use try except else and finally block to handle exceptions. Now let's say we are trying to calculate some calculation using an input by taking an input from the user, which is an integer type input into your number. Okay, and let's say we are performing some operation and dividing 10 by that number which is given by the user. Now if there's an error in the above block, we would handle that. Let's say the user gave 0. In that case, we would say that 0 division by error, and we would print to the console, or we would display number. Number shouldn't be 0. Okay, and else, if that's not the case, we would print the result here. Here is the result. Okay, and finally, we would display execution successful. Okay, so let's run this. Let's see how it goes. So it's asking for a number, and let's first give it 0. And here you can see it has printed number should not be 0. And now if I can run the program and give it, let's say, number 5, here you can see here's 2.0, here's the result, and execution successful. So that's how exception handling works. You can play around with many other examples. You can use try, except, else, and so many other keywords or statements to handle exceptions in your program. For now, let's move forward and let's discuss another control flow statement, which is match statement. Statement. Okay, match is a similar match exactly same as a switch statement in other languages. In Python, we don't have switch. Instead, we have match. Okay, so let's take an example of weeks in a day. let's define get day. Let's we and day. Yeah. So here let's match days. In case if let's say day is 1, then let's print that it's Monday. And if that's not the case, if day is 2, then print Tuesday. And if that's also not the case, then Wednesday. And in case of 4th, print Thursday. In case of 5th, print oops Friday. In case of 6th, print Saturday. And in case of 7, print my favorite Sunday. Okay, if these aren't the cases, then print your input don't match any cases. Okay, so now let's call this get day, and let's give it, let's say 2, 3, and let's run this. As you can see, Wednesday. So that's how match statement works in Python. You can use match statement to execute different cases based on the input by the user, or based on different inputs or different data. You can implement different kind of set of codes against each cases. So that's how it works. So that's all for today. Hope you found this useful. See you in the next one. Till then, keep learning and keep improving yourself. Thank you.